If you've been dealing with disc issues in your lower spine, you might have come across a therapeutic movement called the McKenzie Extension in order to help resolve the issue, and for good reason. If appropriate, based on your condition, this movement can be effective when it comes to decreasing lower back pain arising from the disc. And as you likely know, it's a rather straightforward technique involving the upwards pressing of your body while keeping your hips on the ground. Now, this movement results in extension of the spine, which theoretically helps to move the bulged disc back towards the center of the spine. But depending on your upper body strength and endurance, along with how many McKenzie extensions you're performing and how frequently you're performing them, you may find that they can be a bit tiring on your arms. Now, thankfully, there's an alternative way that you can perform the movement to help spare some fatigue to your upper body. Now, not nearly as many people seem to be aware of this as I'd personally like, but you can opt to perform the McKenzie extension in a sort of reverse order where you start on your hands and knees and then sink into the extension position by dropping your hips down. Just as with the standard press-up, you'll just need to make sure that performing this movement doesn't worsen your pain. Now, this alternative style that's basically a lower body hip drop as opposed to an upper body press-up essentially creates the same movement, but it can save your arm and chest muscles a bit of extra work. Now, is it a better way to perform the conventional McKenzie extension? Not really. It's just a different way of performing the movement. Ultimately, in this context, the best way to perform the McKenzie extension is using the method and direction that your body responds most favorably towards. In this regard, movements and directions that your body responds most favorably to is known as directional preference. Discs don't always behave the same from one individual to the next, so establishing your back and body's directional preference is essential. So keep in mind that extensions can be performed off to the side or with smaller ranges of motion based on what your body tolerates the best. Remember, the goal is to have any discomfort being experienced from the disc itself, such as sciatic pain running down the back of your leg, to work its way back up towards the center of the spine. And this phenomenon is known as centralizing, and pain that centralizes in these conditions tends to be a sign that recovery is taking place within the lower back. Now, I can't dive into all the specifics of the McKenzie method, along with the other unique factors to consider when performing McKenzie extensions, but if you want more reliable information on this topic, head on over to physiopedia.com and type in McKenzie method to the search bar, and that will provide a solid starting point when learning more about this topic. And in the meantime, keep looking after yourself, keep looking after others, keep fighting the good fight, and I'll see you in the next video.